So first of all, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm MJ. That's all I've got. I didn't plan anything. It's all off the cuff. So I'm one of them nerds, like, do you know when you watch a movie or you play a game and you enjoy it, but then you spend hours just talking about what you would have done to make it fucking. But then you spend hours talking about what you would have done to make it better. I'm that guy. Yes, I'm annoying. I know. If you're anything like me, you're going to enjoy this video. So you could say this video is about 2 to 3 years overdue, and you would be correct. But with the new Last of Us TV show coming out, it's kind of put that burning back in my belly. Or that could be the pizza I just had for breakfast. To talk about The Last of Us again. It's one of them games that you never forget. So the largest controversy with The Last of Us 2 game was the story. People loved the gameplay, people loved the scenery, the graphics. It was a masterpiece. But the story, that got people that got people debating. So I think it would be easy to create this magical story, one that appeals to the mass markets, like a love story, like a Disney film. But that's just too easy. What I want to do is take the exact story that they told, but tell it in a different order so that it's a more enjoyable game. Do you think it's possible? Boom, it is possible. I'm going to tell you why. By using my notes. Whoa, this guy's for real. Yeah, I make notes now. I've grown up. So first of all, what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to show you the complicated way in which they told the story originally. Watch this clip. Oh. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a quick timeline of the order in which we play each character, and also explain a little bit of the story and how it is told to us. So the game starts and we're controlling Joel through the prologue. Not much really happens here, but it allows us to see where Joel and Ellie now reside. And there's also a little sweet father-daughter moment between the two of them.
Jesus. Almost gave me a heart attack.
Then we time jump 4 years. Now we're controlling Ellie, and there's clearly some sort of relationship problem between she and Joel. And then she and Dina, just friends, I promise, are sent on a routine patrol mission.
Yeah.
Now we head off to Abby's camp where we control Abby for the first time. Her friend Owen reveals to her that he's got something that he wants to show her, so they go on a mission through the snow. And his big revelation is showing her Joel and Ellie's camp.
Electricity, guns. It's a lot of people.
We can figure it out.
After a little bit of bickering, Abby decides to go on a mission alone, leaving her friend Owen behind. And then we go on to control Ellie again. We're back on the patrol mission with Dina and Ellie, and then we get caught in a blizzard, so then they have to look for somewhere safe to hide, where they decide to do a little bit of smoking and a little bit of smooching.
This better be better than it sticks.
With dirty smoking breath. Yucky. Now we're back to controlling Abby, and shit's gone crazy. She's being chased by a horde. Just as she's about to die, look who saves her. It's Joel.
We're gonna have to run!
So they manage to outrun the horde and get to safety, and then Abby tells them she can take them to her camp. Now there's a little cutscene where we don't really control anybody, but it reveals that Joel has gone missing.
Fucking look out.
Because Tommy and Joel didn't show up.
What do you mean?
So Ellie decides they should all go their separate ways to find Joel. Then we're back to Abby and Joel, where she introduces them to the camp, only to be ambushed.
Felt like you heard of us or something.
Because they have.
Then we're back to controlling Ellie again, and now she's on her mission to look for Joel. And when she finally finds him, she sees Abby Gilmore teeing off on his head.
Please get up!
Bitch. Ellie and Dina have a little funeral for Joel, where Ellie decides, you know what, I'm gonna go kill that bitch. On the way, she murders just about everybody she sees in sight. It's a very sweet story. And then she stumbles across Abby's friends, Mel and Owen. And to be fair, they have a good sit down and they figure out their problems responsibly. I lied. Now we go 4 years earlier and we see Abby as a young girl. We find out who her father is, learn a little bit about their relationship, and then more good news.
Is he still in the fucking building?
Is it?
Abby,
No!
Don't look.
Dad! Dad! No!
Okay, clearly I was lying again. It wasn't good news, her dad's dead. Sucks to be her. Fast forward 4 years and we're playing Abby's main campaign. This is where we get to follow the story from her perspective, and we also get to learn how Abby deals with that good news from earlier. Dead friends. Her little friend Lev finds her a map which is going to lead her directly to Ellie at the theatre. And this is where they have their little friendly rendezvous and fight to the death. Now I'll be honest though, when I played that game the first time, right? I did it as a playthrough. And I struggled to keep up with some of what was going on. There were so many moments within the game where you were 3 years ago, yesterday, tomorrow, day 4, Seattle. The only way I could have remembered all that in real time was to forget things that are important to me in the real world. Like my family members. On second thought, maybe I should have done that. I hate them, I'm kidding, I did, some of them. But what's worse is the game never gave you the opportunity to find out if Abby was a good person or not. It never allowed us to have that authentic feeling of, do we like her, don't we? I'm going to tell you how we could have had that authentic feeling of do we like her or don't we? By retelling the story in a different order. This is going to impress you. If you've made it this far, you're already impressed. No? Oh. I don't think they should have told us that Ellie and Joel were going to be in the second game. Ah! Outrage! What do you mean? I think there's been a lot of franchises which have had a successful first game and then the second game, totally different characters, very successful. Or, you want me to list them off? You said Resident Evil, first game characters, different to the second. Silent Hill, first game protagonist, different to the second. There's English in my words, you know what I'm saying. But they're perfect examples of games that use totally different protagonists, same franchise, very successful. Now why is that important? Because I think if we went into the second Last of Us game with the mindset of this is a totally separate story using a totally new character, we would have given 100% devotion and emotion to this new person. But how can we tell the story and not know about Joel and Ellie, you ask with a scrunched up face? Well, lemon lips, I'll tell you how. So this is how I would have told the story that would have made the game much better, in my opinion. And my opinion is the only one that counts in my house. It's not. Don't tell my missus I said that. She will actually kill me. I'm scared of her. So we start off with the Abby snow sequence. It gives us a chance to get used to the controls. It allows us to know this new character. We keep playing through that snow sequence all the way up until the point where Abby gets trapped by the fence. But we don't see Joel there. We don't see Joel help her. She wakes up. Now we're doing the Abby campaign, the main campaign within the game. That little snow sequence was her either dreaming or remembering back. So this part of the game, I believe, is roughly somewhere between like 6 to 10 hours long. So now we play as this brand new character, okay? We do all the stuff when she's back in camp, and then we meet Lev, we do all this stuff. And then we find, as we're playing as Abby, our new protagonist, we find that some of her friends have been killed, murdered. And I'm like, oh my god, our new people have been killed and murdered. We need to stop the people that are doing this. We get all the way to the part where we're at the cinema. We know that we're going after the people that have killed our new friends, our new family. And who is there? Ellie. We see Ellie for the first time. We didn't know she was gonna be there. Holy crap stick. How excited, how shocked are you gonna feel when Ellie is the person we've been going after? We didn't know this. So now us as this new character, we're supposed to be trying to kill our old favourite character, Ellie. Now we're conflicted. We got goosebumples all over us. I got goosebumples now, but let's not get into it. We have no idea why this is happening. We're shocked. Then, we have another little flashback. It's the rest of the snow sequence with Abby. We see Joel for the first time. Now our goosebumps have turned into moose humps. That doesn't mean anything. So Abby and Joel arrive at the snow cabin. That plays out. But we don't see any wrongdoing just yet. 4 years earlier, we play out the Abby story from when she was younger. And we get to see what happened to her dad. We get to see that Joel killed her dad, Dr. Daddy. I've forgotten his name as well. We'll call him Dr. Daddy. Don't leave! So now, as the player, we've got to know Abby. We've got to like Abby. We've got to care about her friends, care about her family, watch them as they die, feel for Abby in real time, want to go after the bad people that have done this, only to find out it's the other people we care about. We're conflicted. And now we truly know why it's happening. At least we know why Abby is mad at them. Because Joel killed her dad. And we happen to know now that Abby and Joel are together in the cabin. We play out a little portion of that scene where Abby shoots him in the leg and he leans up against the door and we're thinking, please, what are we thinking? I don't know, because it didn't happen like this. Now we play out the Ellie sequence. So there's not all this too much confusion about beep bop, now we're her, now we're not, now we're someone else, now it's 10 years ago, now it's 10 years in the future. Unfortunately, because of the way the story is told, there has to be a little bit of back and forth, but not too much. We very much stay within the Abby story and the Abby arc for as long as we can stretch it out until we have to flip over and control a different character. So now we're controlling Ellie, knowing that our new character and our old character are together in a cabin and she wants him dead. So we play out the whole Ellie sequence with pressure, with conflict, with confusion, not knowing how we should really feel. Because Abby herself wasn't a bad person. She's not intrinsically evil. And we've got 8 hours, 10 hours of gameplay getting to know her as our new protagonist. Imagine if James and Harry off Silent Hill were going at it. Who are you sticking up for? I don't know. Probably James. The reasons for why they were fighting would matter, and I think it would matter here too. So we play through the Ellie sequence and then we find Joel in the cabin. And then Ellie enters the room like a knobhead. That's the worst part of the whole game for me, the way she enters that room. I'm gonna dangle my gun through the doorway. Oh. But then before we see Abby actually go through the deed, we replay that little visual sequence of her running in through the hospital and seeing her dad dead. So we get to see her feeling that again, just before she completes the worst atrocity known to man, the murder of Joel. We then get the funeral, and we get to play the revenge arc of Ellie, going after Abby. And it all comes to this penultimate moment. I don't know what penultimate means. Pretend I do. We're back at the cinema. And then the final scenes play out. I think then it would be smart to give us a choice. You can choose who you play as. Do you want to be Ellie? Do you want to be Abby? And you can just kill the shit out of one of them if you want. And the last portion of the game doesn't need to be there. I don't think we need to do all that stuff where we're on the beach. It was fun gameplay, but from a story perspective, I thought it was a waste of time. Going to find Abby tied up on a stick, let her down, beat her head in, cut my fingers off, and then say, go on then, go on the boat, go fishing. No, I don't think we needed any of that. So I would end the game where they're both fighting, and I would give the player a chance to choose who they want to play as. And ultimately, if you choose to be Abby, it's with the intention of beating Ellie and vice versa. Maybe you can choose to keep him alive, I don't care. But at least then we've got an organic opportunity to get to know a person before we organically fucking hate them. That's what I'm saying. So there, that's how I think the game would have been much better telling the same story, just in a different way. Now I will add one little thing to this. So this obviously would be changing the game, but something I would find really interesting is what if when you were playing as Abby, because you don't actually know who she's going after and who she's trying to get revenge on, what if they have you make little decisions along the way? Trying to find out what your intentions are and what you think Abby should do. So by the time you actually figure out that it's Joel and Ellie that they're talking about, you will have already guided the game down a path that you can't reverse, which will change whether or not Abby actually went through with killing Joel or keeping him alive. So then we get to know organically if you think that she did the right thing by killing him. And if she didn't kill him, it's because you didn't think she should. Organically, I like that word now. It's one of the few big words I know. So there it is. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave it a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm sure I butchered a lot of it. And maybe some of it doesn't make sense, but I'm just a dreamer. Don't hurt a young boy with his dreams. Yeah, I'm old. Subscribe if you're new. I do like talking about this kind of stuff, so if you guys get behind it, maybe I'll do more. Talk about other things that I'm interested in. And remember, there's only one way. The MJ way. Oh, it's been a while since I've done that. I look tired. I am.